All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Martina. We're having a great opportunity to interview a wonderful CS student. Do you want to introduce yourself, Anthony?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Anthony Sue. I am majoring in applied mathematics and computer science, and I and currently am a senior standing, have senior standing.
Awesome. So where are you from originally? Are you here from Tucson or
Yeah,
elsewhere?
I'm actually from Tucson, which is
Awesome.
I'm used to the heat.
Yes, yes. We're getting a lot of rain today, or this week, so it's been pretty nice. Um, what high school did you go to?
I went to UHS, University High.
Awesome, great. And so what from UHS motivated you to pursue a degree in computer science or pursue the University of Arizona?
So my motivation actually stemmed back farther than high school. When I was little, I had seen a clip of IBM Watson win Jeopardy in 2011.
Mm,
And after that, my impression of the power of AI, applications in computer science, computer analytics, everything about that kind of just impressed me so much. So at the end of middle school, and actually really just the beginning of high school, I had taught myself how to code in Python. And there's a lot of great like coding academies out there online which has very, I guess, detailed step by step of how do you go about it. And through learning that, the more I had learned about computer science and the more I coded, the more I was sure that computer science was something I wanted to do.
that's great. It sounds like you found a passion for it early on, which is wonderful.
Mm.
So why did you decide to come to the University of Arizona?
So my dad had attended the U of A for his ECE degree, as well as he also had an MBA here. He is currently working in the CS business field.
Mhm.
He is the vice president of data storage at IBM. Um, mhm.
Great.
Another
So that,
factor, yeah,
go
sorry.
ahead. No, you're
Another
good. Go ahead.
factor that had pretty much affected my decision was COVID. Um,
Mm,
I was already leaning towards the U of A simply because I thought it was a great school. I had and my dad had attended, but with COVID coming in as a pandemic, U of A just seemed like the best and safest option for me to still pursue a college education while being relatively close to home. So.
right. Makes sense. It's good to have somebody that has attended here and has that relationship with the institution and
Mhm.
it's great that although it was unfortunate that part of the decision that you made to come here was due to COVID, but knowing that you have a good institution, a great institution where you can learn all the things that you're learning is wonderful. So what have you enjoyed most about being at the U of A, specifically in computer science?
Yeah, so I was a TA for CSC 110, and I have really enjoyed helping students in that class. Um, it's really humbling to watch as how other people learn. You can kind of see some people breeze through certain subjects while struggle with others, and it gave me the realization that everybody learns different things at different paces, and everybody has something that they are just somehow inherently better at than other people. But this is something that I feel like is very important and something to always keep in mind as in the future, how you form teams and connections will always be dependent on various skill sets, and you should never just push someone down for not having a skill set that you thought they would have. Um,
Right. And that's a great mentality to have as a TA and soon to be course coordinator. So that's great.
yes, yes.
Um, and thank you for your service. I'm sure you've had a lot of positive impact on students and will
Um,
continue to do so.
thank you. I hope so. I hope so.
What are your career goals?
So I had mentioned that I'm super interested in artificial intelligence. So something I do want to do in the future is either develop or utilize a system that is similar, at least, to machine learning and artificial intelligence, in order to break down large amounts of data and explore hidden findings that could be found within. Now, this includes things like well, not simple, but something like self-driving cars, the early prediction of health conditions, as well as finding new solutions to problems that we thought were already solved. Things like that.
Gotcha. That's great. So I know it's my understanding that you took part in the Arizona Cyber Initiative, and so I wanted to know more about your the Arizona Cyber Initiative and your involvement in it.
Yeah. So the AZ Cyber Initiative is a great foundation that has many programs that helps prepare mainly high school students and some college students as well through mentorships. And it helps students to make an impact on the cybersecurity industry. I was introduced to AZ Cyber by Rachel Whitaker. She showed me this flyer, and we decided, hey, this is a great opportunity to not only explore and learn cybersecurity, but also teach and inspire high school students. I attended their cybersecurity boot camp as an instructor and taught certain cyber basics across Arizona. My fellow instructors and I led hands-on experiences while bringing in speakers that were pretty prevalent in the computer science industry. Topics that we would go over would include things like Linux, Python, cryptography, and digital forensics.
That's great. That sounds like it's another awesome opportunity to impact people. You're doing a great job of doing that in 110 as a TA, and now you have an opportunity to do it at a younger generation by your outreach. That's wonderful. Why would someone want to get? How would someone get involved with AZ Cyber?
So the best way to get involved with a program like AZ Cyber would be to attend connection or network events. I was lucky enough that Rachel Whitaker had attended an event for engineering, and she ended up sharing the opportunity with me. But if she had not, I would not have ever found out about it, I think. Definitely going to network events or being active on LinkedIn really helps with finding these programs that allow you to not only learn but also to teach.
And so you told us how, but why might somebody want to join that initiative?
Yeah. So AV Cyber is not just about learning cybersecurity for students. It's more about inspiring high schoolers that cybersecurity, or more broadly, computer science, is a very interesting field with many applications. We had speakers come in that would tell them about their experience with computer science and how it really affected their lives. And you could just see on the faces of high school students as they learn these invaluable advice, they really thought about, hey, this is something that I could do that could positively impact other people.
Great. That's wonderful. That's really good. So tell us about your work with Dr. Chan in the physics and astronomy department. I know you've been working with Dr. Chan, so tell us a little bit more.
Yeah. So I was introduced to Dr. Chan through my dad in high school. In high school, I had started my own club called Penguin AI, which its main purpose was to expose my peers to the world of artificial intelligence beyond what they normally see in like movies, like Terminator, not just some killing machine.
Right.
And Dr. Chan had brought my club to his lab and explained a lot about his work. It was there when I decided that I would love to work with him and get hands-on research experience. So when I had entered college, I reached out to him and said, "Hey, my name is Anthony Sue. I had run this club in high school. I was wondering if I could help with any of your projects or simply just learn with you." Eventually my project with Dr. Chan and Pierre Christian, someone who goes to Harvard. Um, we work on analyzing black hole images and classifying them with machine learning. Um, to do so, we had to research many different techniques and apply them to the data that we were given. We recently came out with a paper called Topological Data Analysis of Black Hole Images. Mhm. This
That's
work has honestly inspired me to keep learning and never be content with the knowledge I have now. Like even in the future, if once I go into industry, I feel like it is always important to just keep learning different things because when I work with Dr. Chan and Pierre, I had to experiment with many different software programs and learn even more techniques. For example, currently we're working on utilizing a technique called space-time former. And I had to learn how to use Docker, an open platform for developing, shipping, and running applications, in order to solve different application dependencies in order for us to run our program on U of A's high performance computers.
Wow,
So
that sounds very involved. How would somebody get into Dr. Chan's work? How would somebody get to find any really research opportunity with faculty on campus?
yeah, so I think there are two things that really I feel like are very important in order to get involved with certain research experience is that the first one would be to reach out to your advisor. Your advisor will help with narrowing down a list of professors and faculty who would be interested in doing some sort of research with undergrads or allowing undergrads to kind of um, hop onto a project and learn various experiences. The other thing would be to be passionate and energetic, as it really shows the professor or the faculty member that you're genuinely interested in that field and not just reaching out in order to put something on your resume. Um, this is research. This is something I've found out as I did a first year's honors project, and I worked with Dr. Abu Maziad um, in order to analyze protein strains using bioinformatics.
Hmm.
So,
Wow. So you've been pretty well involved in doing all sorts of projects on campus. That's great.
mhm.
Um, so outside of doing projects, outside of getting involved, networking, what other advice would you give an incoming student to the U of A CS program specifically?
Yeah. I think the best advice I could honestly give is to find a hobby or something that you enjoy, but make sure to leave room in your schedule for programming assignments or research opportunities that you will have, because those will still be, pretty time consuming. But giving up your hobbies and sports or social activities would I feel like those activities give your brain a chance to relax. No one can study 24/7 and be perfectly functioning all the time. Things like sports allows your brain to relax and it will help your programming and studies be more efficient. And not only that, but you will also be healthier in the long run. So
That's great advice. Speaking of hobbies, activities, what are some of the hobbies, activities that you enjoy doing?
yeah. So keep in mind, I'm not the best at all of them. But I play tennis, I play volleyball, I play golf, and I do martial arts. Um,
Nice.
yes.
That's
So
really cool. And you're still able to keep that up, I'm assuming then because of your balance you're mentioning.
yes, it's important to find a balance between your studies and your extracurricular activities, but ultimately you don't want to give up on one for the other.
Right. Right. So tell us, as we wrap up, tell us something interesting that people might not generally know about you.
Something interesting would be when I was younger, I had won a bronze medal for karate. Um, my
Nice.
sister and I had entered this competition, and I believe my sister won silver for her age group as well. Um,
That's impressive.
yeah,
Nice job. So at some point, maybe in the future, you can maybe give some karate lessons for a department event or a workshop.
some self-defense.
There you go, self-defense. Yeah, that'd be great. All right, Anthony. Again, thank you, Anthony, for taking the time to meet with us and get a chance to tell us a little bit about your experiences here at the U of A. And I think it's safe to say that people viewing this are going to know that we have some great students and that you've had some wonderful impact on the community. So thanks again.
No, thank you so much for having me.